Me, I never really talked to white boys before I came to this prison. He was like, put his arms around me, shook hands and all that stuff there. It was like, man, this is a dude from the outside.
When I think about training you guys and I think about manufacturing, I want to make you valuable. This is the first series. It's 10 parts. So all of this is online for free. And
it's a mill series where we basically have 10 different parts. We start off at a simple shape, a nice rectangle. And then as you go through the 10 parts, each one gets a little bit more complicated. We use the same basic tools and we keep adding just a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, until you reach the 10th and final part. That's an actual aerospace part, just like the parts we machine in my facility every day.
We're calling these building blocks. On a video, I actually teach you exactly what to do. All you have to do is listen to me and do what I tell you to do in the video, and you will make this part.
I noticed that a lot of teachers were only doing a few projects, and I believe that nobody can become an expert just doing something a few times. It has to be repetitive.
It's just a rectangle. It's not too intimidating, right? Once you learn how to do this rectangle, then this rectangle with some chamfers on the corners, it's just a little bit more, but there's a progression.
What we have to understand is a lot of the teachers, they got funding and got a machine, but they didn't have the money and the resources to actually buy material and the right tools. So material would be donated and they would try to build something around that material that was donated. And that's why they would only have a few parts.
Every single part here, all 10 parts, they vary in complexity, but I've standardized the material. So every single part, triangle, circle, square, rectangle, every single one can be made from this one bar right here.
You buy one bar, you can make all the parts from one bar.
Now we have the foundation. Let's put some threads in it. You have an instruction sheets with all the prints that come with it.
We section the drawings out so you can see the different stages in the part.
And I explain exactly how to drill those holes. Then we come over here and we draw this pocket and this cutout.
One of the biggest problems in manufacturing education is we're taking kids, we're putting them on manual machines, they're getting experience in a manual setting and at a certain pace. We need to flip that on its head. The kids today are not growing up with the same toys that we did 20, 30, 40 years ago. They're taking in technology at incredible rates, and technology is at a huge level. I don't need the students to understand the whole industry. So my curriculum is going to teach these guys how to design their own parts on day one.
And each one, as you go through, it just has a new challenge to it.
On day two, we're going to teach them how to program that part.
By the time you do one and you get to 10, you will know how to run these machines.
And then on day three, we're going to CNC that part on a CNC machine. Not on a manual machine, but on a CNC machine.
All right, so we actually brought these computers and we loaded the first teaching video. And we have the second teaching video where we actually programmed the part. So from this day on, you basically can start making parts. So if I'm not here, then the guys who know the most can kind of lead the other guys, and you guys can start working on your drawing, working on your different things, all right? The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna actually draw this part right here, okay? A lot of machinists, they do not get to learn how to draw parts. So what you guys are doing right now from day one is like upper level stuff, okay? So I'm gonna play this up here, then you're gonna understand the road that we're traveling on. You guys get me? Everybody understand? You good? Let's go. Okay, go. Hey, what's up everybody? This is Titan from Titans of CNC Academy. It is teaching time. It is milling time. We're gonna make it happen right now. So this is the first video tutorial where we're actually taking a project from Titans of CNC Academy, and we're actually going to teach you how to draw it, how to program it, how to set up a CNC, and actually run a part and hold it in your hand. Each of the guys have that video on their computers. They can actually open their computers, bring up Fusion, and actually follow the video step by step and actually learn how to draw. And when I go back to my shop tomorrow and I'm working, they're gonna be able to stay right here. They're gonna be learning off the video, getting better. Boom. I'm gonna go to this one, I'm gonna go to this one, come down to this one. I'm gonna flip it around just a little bit. I'm gonna place 0.195, enter, and there you go, guys. We have the solid model, the Titan-1M, and guess what time it is right now? It's programming time. Boom! You guys kind of get it now? You saw it. Now you guys just have to go through the motions, right? But we're gonna draw the whole thing right out of the gate. I'm gonna have you guys working on drawing. And then you're just gonna go from the video to your CAD/CAM system, the Fusion. And like, if you don't know what I did, go back and watch it. And then just duplicate what I did. I'm gonna be working on the machine over here, getting ready to actually cut this part. So go ahead and go through and start drawing.
Now that all the wiring is done, and I actually have one machine ready to go, I'm just going to show the guys how the machine runs. I made a program to machine the Titan-1M project from the Building Blocks series, just to show them how the machine works, show them the mechanics of the machine, so they can start wrapping their heads around it.
How come we didn't do the chamfer at 205?
Because the tool does chamfers by itself, so it'd be a waste of drawing time.
So we hit that at the end? Because
that's in programming, so that's the next video.
I was expecting a little more mathematical explanation, but the software does it all for us. You just click in radiuses and type in what you want and it's all there. I think this Fusion software, is going to streamline everything.
The way he explained it on the video, it's super easy. It's a lot easier than having to go through a book and just like guess or listen to a teacher explain it in person, because there was no time wasted, so I think we could catch on fast.
Really excited I'm going to make this part, It's cool, finally getting to the bread and the butter.
It's pretty easy to follow how things are highlighted. If you're doing like the depth of a hole, you can see a silhouette through the actual wall of the part. You actually know what you're clicking on.
First time sitting in front of a computer with some technology in it, it's just like blow my head out. I think it's pretty good, pretty good.
It lets us know that we can get out and there's opportunities for us, we can succeed. We don't have to keep living in this repeated cycle. We can, break out of it and create new paths to go on. It looks really modern. I don't know much about computers, but I like the look of it.
think it sheds the isolation. I know it sheds the isolation that I feel, that if I'm learning something that somebody else trying to enter this job market with these skills is trying to learn right now as well, whether he's a youngster in college or somebody looking for a second career, we're on the same page.
It gives individuals a lot of hope, knowing that just because you've made mistakes in your past, that you're not counted out. You're not just disregarded. This program is like a second chance for a lot of good reasons. Being able to make parts, give back to your community, provide for your family, but most of all, it gives me a lot of confidence. And confidence to me is the key to success and moving forward in life.
Ready?
Just a little rapid, rapid giddy up, yeah.
Actually seeing the machine work for the very first time, I thought it was awesome. Just seeing the coolant, the chips flying off the piece, the tool change. I was quite excited, actually. You know what I'm saying? I want to see more. Add a tool change. Add a tool change. Add a tool change.
Yeah.
What is rapid intelligence?
To me, I'm looking forward, to learn how to program in a machine like a Titan saying, very useful when you go on the street, find a job. I'm very excited, looking forward.
It seems like a good group of guys. It seems like a good positive influence. It seems like everyone's taking it serious, and the energy and the constructive criticism that Titan provides. And I am just 100% excited, and I just can't wait to do it.
What I saw today was really exciting. I mean, it was really exciting to me because what Titan was demonstrating was that these inmates that are going through this program are going to advance really fast, they're going to become really qualified, and they're going to be able to go out and get a job.
A lot of these inmates in here, they think it's a joke just because the cameras, they kind of hate on it because they're so institutionalized and they don't want to see people do good. It's sad, and so I just hope that all these vocational programs could bring more people out, so once we get out, we give back and, make the world a better place.
I'm able to walk in here and bring something new, bring a curriculum that these guys are going to get and that's going to change their lives. I got kicked out of school. My principal in high school told me I should drop out because I would never graduate. He told me I was on the wrong path, and I did go to prison. But I got out, I stepped into manufacturing, something clicked. You see, I'm not a banker, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a lawyer. I didn't do good with book work, but I can machine anything on these CNC machines.
It's just an incredible journey. A year ago, we came in, I talked to the inmates, we set a vision, we set a plan, but now that I'm introducing the curriculum, the exact projects, that I'm putting the videos in place that they can actually watch that will teach them how to make these parts. We need that consistent workflow. These guys need to be learning every single day. CNC machining right here at San Quentin Prison, boom. How's these tables? They look perfect. How you guys doing, man? Yeah. How you doing?
Yeah, they look nice.
So they
They're
actually
solid.
bolt right to the floor.
They bolt to the floor, they level.
These are awesome.
And then they did the other size for you?
We needed tables, not just high tables that were going to be by the CNC machines, but we also needed lower tables where the students could sit down and actually work on their CAD/CAM system.
Let's bring these in. I'll show you exactly where to put them, all right?
We got some rags and some spray. We'll wipe them off.
Cool, man.
Get all that dust off.
Yeah. Yeah, right about there. I like that. Put like 3 right there. James, you can put that right in front of the 750 right there. So we're gonna have a few by the manual machines. We're gonna have 2 over here by these 5-axis. Any tables left go into the inspection room. Hey, where's my tape measure? Hey, Bird. I've told you guys like plenty of times, man, and it's like you can be good for 200 days, but the one time you mess up, you're out of the program. This is your ticket to getting a job that pays rent. When you're outside there and something's coming against you and you have a choice, you got to make the right choice, and that's for your family and for your future. You know what I mean? I'm here where I am because I made the right choices. Eventually, I started making the right choices. So I'm just saying, like, keep you guys' heads on straight because one mistake can just set you on the wrong course.
I put my heart into this program, and today, all of a sudden, I find out that a guy that I consider a friend, he is gone, he is out of the program, and there's nothing I can do, there's nothing he can do. It is finished.
I'm qualified. I'm qualified to speak to the youth. I'm qualified, literally, to talk to these people that are going through the phases of being bullied and want to do something negative that's going to put them in juvenile hall.
If having one guy kicked out of my program wasn't bad enough, now I have 2 guys kicked out.
Being sold up with my celly, like, he teaches me a lot, you know, like, just do school, do good. Like, you know, I've been down 20-something years. You don't want to end up being in a cell for 20-some years. And I can probably, hopefully, do something productive with being in the machine shop. Like, learn whatever I can learn, get out there, get a job. I'm doing college.
I just came up with an idea to do a binocular because there was a cool shape. And one of the reasons for doing a cool shape was how do you hold it when you flip it over?
These people, these men behind me, okay, they're qualified because they've been through the crap. They know the mindset of, hey, wait a minute, you're going out to do something not just stupid, but that can change your life and the person's life that you're going to do something to, and you don't have to do that.
So on this one, you have to take the outside sketch and profile, create a pocket, and cut that into jaws that actually hold the part. I'm gonna have you guys watch the video, and then we're gonna go through and actually draw the part, okay?
That way, you know, I can show my family, my wife, my in-laws that, you know, prison does help sometimes. It's just on you whether you choose to change or you don't, you know. If you want to choose and do all this negative stuff, then that's like you, that you want to pave that path, you know, you want to continue to go with your old ways instead of becoming a new person and becoming rehabilitated.
I understand the difference between being in darkness and being in the light. Having complete negativity and no hope, and having complete hope and vision for the future. I am somebody who understands that he has a beautiful family, a company, responsibilities. So every day when I wake up, I make decisions based on that. So I'm gonna work with these students and make sure that they understand that they could be out also. So they have to make the right decisions, and they have to have consistency so they can learn this trade, they can get out and change their lives, never to come back.
What does that say?
1.6.
Okay, so that's wrong. So put 1.9. 1. Yep. Point.
I've been in prison going on 33 years now. Been to Folsom, Pelican Bay, Corcoran, CMC, Lancaster, and then I came to San Quentin. It's my first time really messing with a computer, especially something like this here, other than GED class. So it's like trying to keep up with all the little moves, and then you gotta memorize them so you know how to get back to them. I'm looking at this laptop, and we stood it up, and I'm looking at it, and I was kind of scared to touch it because I don't want to break something. Especially this little 3D thing that got in here where it's spinning around and crazy. You had the little joystick, and I was messing with that, and I could see the thing moving, and it was just blowing my mind to see how this thing worked. And then I can touch the screen and do stuff on it. And I didn't know that, because all the time I'm trying to work it on the button or working with the mouse. But then the guy came over there and just touched the screen and made it do something like, how'd that happen, right? He said, yeah, you can just move it on the screen. And I'm looking at this stuff because the arcades I went to when I was young, all they had was the little rifle where you shooting at in Pac-Man, right? I was like a little kid. When I got up from the table, my legs was numb because I was sitting there stuck on this thing, looking at all these gadgets and watching how this thing move around and all that. And I'm like, man, that's crazy. I know I'm gonna get me one whenever I get out. I'm gonna get me a laptop. Cause you can do, they say you can do anything on them, right?
1. Yep. Point. And then enter in there.
Titan is a dude that
this guy
you just want to be friends with. And his attitude, his personality was something that drew me to him. Me, I never really talked to white boys before I came to this prison. When I did talk to him, it was always about something negative. So when I started engaging with him, he was like, put his arms around me, shook hands and all that stuff there. It was like, man, this is a dude from the outside. He accepted me like that, right? So I definitely want to be around this kind of guy right here. I did the D, I did it with the D, and I'm still trying to get that. We need this. There's a lot of guys that go out and they don't fall into a good job because they didn't have nothing to take out there with them. You learn this here CNC program, and you got the knowledge, people care about what you know. It won't be talking about my past, be talking about my future.
So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, we have a new part, and we're going to program this part. So let's go set up.
So with the instrument called a refractometer, it'll measure the concentration from 0 up to 30%. So the idea with the coolant here is running about 8% concentration, which has plenty of lubricity to make good parts. When Titan came to me and asked if Blaser would be interested in helping with the program, I didn't know what to expect today. And I was really impressed by not only the administrators, what they've accomplished, but the actual inmates, the people that are part of the program.
It's the most valuable tool and the least used, because concentration controls virtually everything. If you do that, everything else kind of just starts falling into place. Today we've been actually educating some of the prisoners on how to maintain our fluids. I go in and check it, it's 22%. And we went over proper mixing, proper maintenance to make sure that the coolant functions correctly and to get the best results.
So with the instrument, you take a look through, And there's a scale inside. And it goes from 0 to 32%. And right, this machine is only at 1%. You can take a look for yourself.
They used a refractometer to check that level. We found out they're actually at 1%. So 1% is a quick way to destroy a machine, because that's basically like just dumping bare water in.
Recommend to a shop that their operators, before you start your shift, you check the concentration to make sure you have enough there. If you don't, you can run a whole shift making bad parts and destroying your tools. So it's a good idea to check it to start your shift.
My name is John Apley. I've been in prison a little over 13 years. I've been here at San Quentin a little over 5 years. I got introduced into the old machine shop program through another inmate, and I've enjoyed being a machinist, or learning to be a machinist, ever since.
And figure out how much coolant you go through, because of your 3% top-off rate.
I remember back, it was after the former shop closed down, and I heard about a guy named Titan coming through, and he had all these huge ideas about bringing in a shop, nothing but CNCs. And I didn't believe it. I didn't think it was going to happen. It just seemed too grand. And seeing the shop, knowing what it looked like before, knowing what it looks like now, if I didn't see it, I wouldn't have believed it, because it's totally two different things. You get the shots of the old, dirty machine shop, and the whole transformation, and you get this bright, white, everything's new, and it's kind of symbolic of the prisoner's transformation of the old into the new. I like that, how that whole thing just ties together. It's an inspiration, I think, for me and for everybody else. Just knowing that you can go from one thing, and it's not impossible to completely do a 180 and change my life.
You know, I don't look at it as like, oh, I'm just building a shop. It's about perspective, you know what I mean? If you have no hope, you're gonna walk around like you have no hope. But as soon as those walls go down and that box becomes bigger and now you have more opportunity, you're gonna react like you have more opportunity, you know what I mean? So as we're—
Knowing that I'm in prison for murder, I took somebody away, a special person away from people, knowing how that for the rest of their lives they're gonna be in pain, despair. Living amends. That's how I'm dedicated to living my life. Trying to make decisions based on my desire to enrich other people's lives rather than hurt them. So that's my philosophy, that's how I'm changing, and that's how I have changed, and that's how I'm going to continue to live the rest of my life. I would rather keep that in like the boardroom setting. Like I don't want to put that out on camera in any way. Like if I get a chance to speak to them, I want it to be just in a room with no cameras around, if that's all right.
When the oil droplets are very microscopic, less than 1 micron in size. These people are going to be getting out of here, and we want them to be contributors to society. They want to be able to do that and take care of themselves with a real job, making real wages, providing for themselves. This is the start of big things to come.
If we can help another person correct the wrongs that they've done, the world is a much better place. I have my own predisposed opinions about individuals like that up till today. Like, you know what, he's a danger to society. I used to think we just need to build bigger prisons, and I've actually changed my mind today just because of having conversation with one individual. And that's been pretty emotional for me.
On the next, Built Behind Bars. Looking around this shop, we are finally here.
I've never been inside a prison before. It was kind of life-changing coming and meeting all these guys.
Being able to contribute to something, you know, greater than myself, it's gratifying.
That right there shows me that I can be a machinist.
This thing that Titan is doing, it helps me get home, gives me a trade at the same time, and helps me better my life.